So, 2K26 is on its way. I'm looking forward to 2K26. I really am. But there is one tiny issue that, personally, I'm going to be completely honest, I don't really mind this system because it's not my thing. But I can understand why people are going to be mad. So let's have a look at live records. Here we are. So you see this in the MyRise, right? So this is kind of like a battle pass kind of thing. You get to certain levels to unlock certain characters, costumes, my faction cards. Like, for example, as you can see here, you got to get to a tier of 20 to unlock John Cena. But the way they do it in this game is pretty good, because you have 62. Like, obviously, I've got 62.0 stars here, looking at stars. But basically, the way the tiers would work in MyRise mode is in Live Events, you have to get certain stars to unlock certain people. That's how you up your tier a bit. Obviously, so they're doing this now for the main game, and I think people are complaining, but I can understand why they're complaining, because you don't really want to do this like all the time. But I think what people aren't seeing the big picture is that, like I said, this mode has already existed in MyRise. So, like, obviously, instead of these alternate attires like DDP 98 Diamond, the fuck is that? Demon Finn Balor's Mutiny Paint, R-Truth in the Judgment Day. That won't happen this time, but like, instead of these nobodies, well, except Super Cena, and obviously, like I said, the Demon thing, we'll be unlocking actual talent. So Hogan, Wyatt, Bret Hart, Batista, Eddie Guerrero, all these guys will be locked to this kind of system. Now, are they going to do it the way that they did it last time and do it like the star system? I don't know, but to be honest, I think they're going to. Because I think this was testing the waters and people found it good enough. Like, I've spoken to Hermit, right? Me and Hermit, obviously, we talk a lot because we're best friends, but he said he didn't mind this system. He says it's a bit annoying, but he doesn't mind it too much because he can go ahead in MyRise and have a bunch of fun matches with, his created character. And obviously, you can have tag team matches, so if you wanted to really team up with, like, Rhea Ripley or Cody Rhodes, you can do. So you can go through the grind, obviously not as your favourite superstar, but as some of the superstars. And you can just do, like, a load of fun matches and shit. But obviously, they're bringing it to the main thing, and people are complaining. But again, I think people need to realise this Battle Pass type reward system has existed since 2K25 in MyRise. Now, I hope to God they don't lock it to the MyRise. So once we completed the MyRise, then we have to go through to unlock your likes of Eddie, Shawn, Triple H, Undertaker, like all that. I hope we don't have to do that. Like, but I think they'll do it to the main mode. You'll be able to look at a menu similar to this, and then obviously you have to look at what levels you get your characters. Like, for example, you get to level 20, and then you'll unlock, Kane, and then you'll unlock at 28, just another guy like Jim Neidhart, or maybe like the thing is, like, I think as well they've also done it. Yeah, they also did it in another game. That was it. Xbox 360 and PS3, WWE 2K17. I know because I played that version. They had a type of leveling system kind of thing, like similar to this, but it wasn't similar to this. Basically, you just have to win a bunch of matches to unlock your likes of Taker, Austin, The Rock, stuff like that. Which WWE has always tested it out, but obviously now this is more a thingy with AAA games, so you can kind of like see more inspiration. But obviously, they do it like this, and there should be no major issues. I think people, if they look at it and be like, oh, it's like that little mode in MyRise in 2K25, I get it. Like, they might be a little bit easier on the fact, like, don't get me wrong, like, personally, in my eyes, you shouldn't have to, go through the grind of unlocking Shawn Michaels and Kane and stuff like that. But, at the same time, it doesn't really matter too much because you're going to be playing through the matches anyway. Like, for VC, if you haven't got the accelerator, you got to play through the matches to unlock the guys anyway, because you don't get a lot of VC when you start the game. You get like 5,000, 10,000. So, yeah, it's like that. So, like, you're just doing the same thing basically, but this time instead of having to spend your VC, which VC could be saved towards my faction or MyRise, not MyRise, the island. Like, obviously now you're saving VC for certain things, so you don't have to spend it on superstars. I think it's a decent addition. Like, I don't think it's going to change the game for me too much. Like, I probably will not like do this system much. I will do it because obviously when I'm playing regular matches, like first day of testing, I will probably do a few matches and I might unlock Kane or something. I'm like, okay, that's cool. But I don't know how this system's going to work. Like, it might work like this, but I don't know if it will. It might be a completely different system, but at the same time, I don't really care that much. As long as I get the full current roster, I hope to God they do not do the stupidest shit and lock current roster superstars behind the thingy. The only thing I will accept it for is, like, you know, characters who don't appear on TV much anymore. Like, not everyone, but for example, Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne are El Grande Americano's hench guys. So if you unlock the regular Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate behind, you know, this thingy system, it won't affect me too much because at least I can still have them. I can still find a glitch to remove the mask, so I don't have to go through the grind. But it's like if you lock Roman Reigns behind the thingy, then it's a bit like, why? Why are we doing this? But I hope they don't do that. I hope it's only for the legends and just some alternate tires. Like, for example, obviously they're adding more with DLC. So by the time the first DLC comes out, Mania's already happened. So what if they put your likes of, you know, Drew McIntyre's WrestleMania attire into these tiers, or Roman Reigns' WrestleMania attire, or Punk's WrestleMania attire? You know, there is a lot of potential for this, and I think people are looking past it because it's another Battle Pass thing, which I get that completely. We shouldn't be taking inspiration, people, of fucking Fortnite. But we are. But either way, this is something that I just realised that I filmed another version of this and I was like going into detail about it. But then I realised, wait a minute, My Rise has a similar system. But obviously I don't know if it's going to work like this. I hope it does because this is probably the best way to do like a Battle Pass thing. But either way, that's all I've got to say on the matter. If you disagree with me, that's completely fine, but do not yell at me for this because at the end of the day, I'm just predicting what might happen. This isn't set in stone. And not just that, getting upset about somebody else's opinion is fair enough, but then calling them out saying they're wrong without any evidence is fucking hypocritical. So please don't do that. You're all nice people. Don't be a bunch of twats. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next video.